Hello, everyone. Happy New Year and welcome to 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Disney Travel Podcast with the latest Disney travel news. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Bellabraddock.
And I'm Amelia Bellabraddock. And today is going to be all about the Sunshine Flyer replacing Disney's Magical Express.
Yes, there's not a lot of news this week, but the news there is big news. And I know a lot of people, including us, have been wondering what's going on with the replacement to the Magical Express. Now, I say that, we will say right up front, never took the Magical Express in my life.
No.
However, we have lots of family members, friends, etc., who love the Magical Express and love to take it. We prefer private limo services, but I'm going to break this down for you cost-wise because Magical Express was free. The new replacement, the Sunshine Flyer, is not free, but, the pricing's not bad. So this episode, we are going to fill you in on everything we know and questions we asked about the Sunshine Flyer. First of all, love the name. So let's talk about this. So Disney announced it's ending Magical Express in January 2022, which is right now, depending on when you're listening to this show. So everybody's been waiting to see what's going to take over. So the company running what is now called the Sunshine Flyer is a company called Transportation Management Services, or TMS, and they've been around for a long time.
So the profits don't go to Disney?
No, this is a for-profit company, but this company's been around for a long time, and they've catered events like the World Cup, NBA Finals, PGA Tours. So they're a bus, a transportation company. 25 years, I think. So first of all, it's not some new company that doesn't know what they're doing, which is important because we know Disney fans are very critical at times and they want good service.
Especially when Disney fans are traveling. Oh, boy.
Especially when they've lost something that's free and now have to pay.
Yeah. Plus, no one's in a good mood on travel day.
So they want to be sure that if I'm paying, this better be good. So I really I'm actually excited about this thing. What do you think? We'll get into it.
I mean, I know you have to pay, but I personally think it sounds much better than the Magical Express.
Yeah, and let's tell you why. So first of all, Sunshine Flyer, it's train themed, right? So it's sort of
in honor of Walt.
It's got it right off the bat. It's a very Walt Disney type of experience. The buses themselves, looks like there's a couple of different designs. One is like the engine of the train. One looks like a car from the train. So I really like the style. And when they line them up next to each other, it looks like a little train. So
I wonder if ever you'd see like all of the buses lined up driving on a street and it's just like a train going by.
You mean other than for a photo op, which I'm sure they've done. We're going to post some, some official photos that they shared with us as we send out this week's tweets and et cetera on social media. But you'll see what I mean. So first thing, whether or not they did this on purpose, I'm assuming they did. The train theme, very Walt Disney oriented. We know Walt Disney loved his railroads, and so they went with that theme. And not only that, the whole outfit, the conductors, everyone's in costume.
Yeah, it's kind of like a 1920s theme of Galaxy's Edge, kind of.
And they really, so it shows they're putting some effort into this. Now, it's not like this in California on the paid one.
No,
so I'm comparing it to that.
Yeah.
So they've put a lot of effort here to start that sort of magical themed costumed experience right from the airport. So what's good about it? What maybe won't you like about it? We'll dive into that. First of all, so they're also doing some nice charitable things.
Yeah. There's also a charity component, he mentioned. For the first 50 days of service, 50% of ticket sales will be donated to the Make-A-Wish Central and Northern Florida, and the Make-A-Wish children and their families will receive complimentary service for the Sunshine Flyer for their Disney wishes indefinitely.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. So complimentary rides. And so, they're checking all the boxes, starting off on the right foot.
It's not from Disney, but it's a magical Disney experience.
Yeah, so tickets are now on sale. The service starts February 1, 2022.
February 1st.
February 1st. I say February 1. I don't know why.
Who says that?
I do.
It's not French.
Oh, I'm so formal. So these are late model premium motor coaches. The theme is old-fashioned passenger cars and train engines, as we said. And there's a quote from Frank Sherman, who is the CEO, and he said, "Everybody knows the magic of Disney once they're inside the park gates. But through the Sunshine Flyer, we're able to give guests the chance to start their vacation from the minute they step off the plane and turn what used to be a procedural drive into the beginning of an adventure to remember."
Yeah.
So Is he saying it's going to be better than Magical Express
Well,
was?
he certainly seems to think so. And I think I'm on board with this. I think that's actually what the Magical Express, me personally, was missing. Is it was not in keeping with the rest of Disney. It wasn't like a themed experience, which most of everything else is. And this is. And honestly, with Disney becoming pay for play, it's really doesn't seem to be too bad.
It kind of sort of was themed as much as we could tell, but not this way.
No. This is much more immersive.
It's more Disney than Disney was.
Yeah, exactly. It's more Disney-esque.
All right, let's talk about some particulars now. What's in the buses?
Frequently asked questions.
So first of all, they will serve every Disney resort hotel. So don't worry about that. All 3 levels and villas, etc. And I also dug a bit deeper, and eventually they are going to add those sort of friendly neighbor hotels, the ones around Disney Springs and so on, but not right off the bat. Is there entertainment on the buses? They said yes, there will be entertainment. And if you look at...
I get the Magical Express had some entertainment too,
Yeah, it had screens and stuff, so it looks like there are screens, but they just say entertainment. You can see the screens in some of the images, so what will that be? I guess we'll have to find out. Another important question people are going to want to know.
Will there be a bathroom?
And will there?
Yes.
Yes, there will. So don't worry. I mean, nobody really wants to go to the bathroom on a bus, but if you or your kids are running for the bus from the plane,
if you or your kids were avoiding airplane bathrooms, trust me, I think it's better than that.
And speaking of that, there's another important thing for many kids and adults.
Yes, USB chargers.
Yes, there are USB chargers on the
Everyone needs a charger, especially after a plane ride. Devices are low, and if you want to keep your kid occupied in an iPad, bring a charger.
So you will be able to charge your devices on the bus through USB. That's pretty good.
Yes.
And
3-point seatbelts for the comfort and safety of all guests.
Yeah, so there are seatbelts on the buses. Not sure if it's mandatory or not, but there are seatbelts on the buses, whatever Florida law says.
It's just safety.
Yeah. Because a lot of buses just don't have seatbelts, and they don't have to. So.
And that's not good.
And it'll help a little bit later. I'll jump to it right now since we're talking about that. Can you bring car seats? Yes, you can bring your car seat, and if it's the kind from your car, it will work to connect with this 3-point seatbelt system.
Yeah. I think they've really tried to make this accessible for everyone and have a lot of amenities that people desire. So
yes,
I think they've done a good job.
Let's talk about how you book it.
Yes.
All right, so you're going to book your tickets online. No shocker there. SunshineFlyer.com.
Nope, you're going to fly to Florida to in person book a ticket.
Yeah, so you go to their website. Quite a nice website. You can go check it out right now, SunshineFlyer.com.
Yeah.
And what you do, you put your tickets online and you get a QR code. And then once you get to the airport in Orlando, at the airport, you will presumably, they have a greeting area. I'm assuming it's going to be around the luggage area. I'll tell you exactly where it is in a minute. But you scan your code then, and then they're going to get buses sorted out for you. So, and I'll tell you why I think this is actually better in a couple of minutes when we get to it. But the goal here is to ensure smooth timing and departures for your resort. So they've put a little bit more effort into this, I think, than Magical Express did.
Yeah, I think, and it is paid, but I think that is kind of worth it.
And there is one thing that some people won't like right now. There is something missing off the launch.
There is no luggage handling option, but I hope they add it.
Yeah, they said they hope to add it later. So at Magical Express, they would, I think, get your luggage off the racks and take them to the bus for you. You know, you got those luggage tags, and then you really didn't have to worry about it till you got to the hotel. But one of the complaints people had about Magical Express was their luggage wouldn't arrive at the hotel. They're sitting around waiting 4 hours for their luggage.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
No,
that's
you need
one
luggage.
of the reasons I didn't like it. So I actually think it's better, even though, great, you have to go get your luggage and bring it. But at least you know it's there. It is on the bus with you 100% on the same bus.
I mean, we always have to get our luggage and bring it. I know that Magical Express did that for you, but then again, you have to wait 4 hours.
But it didn't always work, right? So maybe not such a bad thing. So the location is in the main terminal building, Terminal B, Level 1, in the ground transportation area. So if your flight happens to land somewhere else, you'll take the shuttle over to that terminal. You can also, if you have a wheelchair or someone who's injured or in a wheelchair, they will accommodate that, but you have to request an ADA bus when booking. All right, let's get into some of the fun questions. Here's the stuff you really want to know. I will ask the questions, and Amelia will give us the answers. Will buses depart Walt Disney World hotels 4 hours before the flight? This is one of the things I absolutely hated about Magical Express, and I never want to take it. One of the main reasons, because I don't want to lose 2 hours on my last day or have to get up at ungodly hours. So, they have an answer for this.
We don't know.
It's a little bit unclear, but here's what they said.
But a quote from them is, your bus is scheduled based on your specific flights. We monitor both inbound and outbound flights to make sure your trip is scheduled properly. We will email/text you a more exact departure window the day before your scheduled trips.
So, I think...
Sounds like maybe not 4 hours?
Yeah, I think this is going to be better because we take a limo service. We always have, and that's what they do, right? They give us a time. Now, there's a few more people on the bus, so they're going to have to be a bit more flexible. But the limo service would sort of make it so that you had as much time as possible still in your hotel. So that's pretty good. Now, another big question is, another reason, there's the many reasons I didn't love Magical Express. You get on the bus at Orlando, at MCO, at the airport, and then how long is it going to take me to get to your hotel?
And the Grand Floridian is always last.
Used to always be last, and we stay there a lot.
Always last.
Again, they're doing some, what sounds like pretty cool stuff. So if the question is, how long will it take to get to your hotel? The answer is...
Again, we don't know exactly, but they say that they're using a dynamic routing software that customizes each day's transfers based on specific riders, and they can set parameters to how long the ride is or how many stops the bus makes. And they also said that 65 minutes is the longest anyone will be on a bus once it leaves to the final destination.
So I think that's pretty good, right? They're gonna customize the bus trip depending on who's on the bus.
I think that's really cool because they don't make a lot of unnecessary stops.
Exactly. Maybe they'll even go so far as to put, hopefully, all the people at one hotel or one area on the bus together.
Well, that would be smart of them.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. Now, the question you're all probably wondering is...
Price point.
How much does this cost?
Well,
first of all, let me tell you, Amelia can go in the pricing, but first of all, I'll say you have to book at least 4 days ahead of your arrival. And their cancellation policy is
72 hours in advance for full refund.
And if you do less than that, they will give you a credit towards a future trip. All right. Yeah. So how much does it cost?
Yeah, well, as I'm saying, Disney is making everything pay for play. And although this is not technically from Disney itself, it's very similar. The tickets are $17 per adult and $12.50 per child. I don't know what the exact age is.
Yeah, we can look that up on their website. We'll put it in the show notes. So $17 an adult, $12.50 per child each way.
Each way.
So a round trip, $34 adult, $25 for a child.
So that's like $70 for 2 adults round trip, and if you have 2 kids, that's around $25 round trip per child. So that's around $130 for a family of 4.
Right. So let's compare this. $130 for a family of 4.
Round trip.
No tip. We take a limousine service that we love that is currently priced at $150 round trip, and we do tip right on top of that. Yeah. Plus, we can make a grocery stop, etc. So it is still less than a good limo service, right?
And also, if you're coming from another country, this is American dollars.
Yeah,
as well,
course.
Obviously, but just pointing at it.
It is less still. Even though it's pay, it's a little bit less. So if you're really pinching pennies, you really want to save money, it is less. You get a little bit more convenience in the limo, but this is less. I do like a lot of the things they've announced in terms of convenience and how it's going to work. It's a bit more magical also. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be more magical. So all in all, I really think this sounds good. We'll see how it all works once it launches.
I think it's pretty good. And I mean, if there was ever a problem with our limo service, I wouldn't be super opposed to taking this, at least not as opposed I was to the Magical Express.
Yeah, so listen, we were pretty anti-Magical Express just for all the reasons we talked about. We just thought it really worked against your vacation and caused a lot of issues potentially with luggage and times leaving and all that sort of stuff. But after everything we've learned about the Sunshine Flyer, we almost want to try it. So, listen, if you're getting us on board, it's at least your promo materials and the story you've told so far, Sunshine Flyer, is pretty good. And it looks like you've thought of all the things that were pain points and you're trying to address those.
We'll see if you live up to the reputation you have built for yourself. But I think if you deliver on all your points, you'll do quite well.
Yeah, so let us know what you think about it this week on social media. There is one other story this week before we sign off.
Yes, all-star sports fans will be happy because it is reopening.
Yes, the final hotel.
Don't know why they decided now.
Yeah, Disney's All-Star Sports will reopen. It won't reopen till March 31st of 2022. Is that better? I didn't say March 31. Are you happy?
Yes, that's
March 31st,
grammatically correct.
2022. But you can now
just after March break.
Yeah, our March break. Remember, everyone's are different.
Yeah.
So you can now start making reservations. So reservations are open. And this means that as of spring 2022, every hotel at Walt Disney World will once again be open.
Unless they close more.
Unless they close more. This is the first time since spring of 2020 that this has happened.
But also, if it's opening on March 31st, then technically anything after that wouldn't be March break. And so therefore I'm right.
Well, that's why we say spring break.
Yeah, but I said March break.
They start in February. Anyway, that's the news for this week. We're going to be talking more about Sunshine Flyer in our social media this week.
February's
let us know
not spring.
Yeah, let us know what you think about Sunshine Flyer. And
we think it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, we think it sounds pretty cool. So good job, Sunshine Flyer people, so far. We're with you so far. All right. Thanks, everyone. Hope you had a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and hope you had or have a Happy New Year, depending on when you're listening to this show. And we will see you next week again. Follow along at 1923 Main Street and have a magical day.
Bye-bye.